the elements of fiction.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rina Kalista. Now I want to presentation about the material is the element of fiction. Where the first is character. Character are the players within a story. They can be humans being, animals, aliens, or even sentient objects. As long as they make dedication within the story, their characters, most stories have a main character. Most stories are multiple main characters. Some have antagonists who prevent the main characters from achieving their goals. There are also side characters, romantic interests, and many other roles that functional characters can take in a story. Number 2 is plot. Plot refers to the events that happen within the story. It includes every major turning point that the characters experience. In general, every story has a beginning, middle, and the end. The beginning is the exposition, where the key events of the story are set into action. The middle is the rising action, where progressive complication raise the stake, and finally, the end is the resolution, where the story gets worked out. The third one is setting. Setting is a broad term for the world the story takes place in. On a macro level, setting might include the country the characters live in and the climate of that country. On a micro level, setting can include the room the characters are standing in, the time of day a scene takes place, or even the day-to-day weather. Setting can sometimes take on symbolic meaning. For example, the never-ending winter in Narnia in C.S. Lewis The Lion. The Witch and the Wardrobe represent the training of the White Witch role. Setting can include time as well as place. A story might take place over the span of the night. Okay, number 4. The fourth one is time. Time refers to the philosophical question your story explores. Often time is revealed in the lesson. The protagonist needs to learn. For example, one of the themes of Cell's science fiction book Frankenstein is that scientists should use their powers to create new beginnings without considering consequence. Time can also be revealed through the core conflict between the protagonist and antagonist. For example, in the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling's the antagonist, Voldemort doesn't love anybody, while the protagonist Harry is protected by the love of his family and friends. Thus, the power of love is major theme in the series. And for the 5 is point of view. Point of view or POV is the perspective from which a story is told. In English class, you might have learned about the 4 basic POVs. For the first is person, I, and second person is you, limited person, third person he, she, they in one character's hat, and omniscient third person is he, she, they from an all-seeing perspective. Pop is closely intertwined with form and structure. For example, if your story takes from the advice offered to someone else, second person makes sense. On the other hand, if your story takes from of a diary entry, first person makes sense. And for the number 6 is conflict. Conflict is what prevents the protagonist from achieving their goals. All fiction writing requires conflict because otherwise there would be no story, just a happy ending. For example, imagine your protagonist's goal is to get back home as quickly as possible. The conflict can be as small as that, but they delay their return, or as large as an earthquake that tears their hometown apart. There are 7 types of conflict, yaitu character versus character, character versus self, character versus society, character versus fate, character versus nature, and character versus technology. Conflict is important because it's what makes the story interesting. There would be no story if everyone could easily achieve everything they wanted. Adding meaningful obstacles for the characters to overcome is key for creating a compelling story. Uh, I think that's all for me. Thanks for your attention. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment or any things that you want to give it to me. Thank you.